Σας ημέρα. Σήμερα 17 του μηνός Μαΐου, ημέρα Σάββατο, και βρισκόμαστε στο Michigan Avenue για την εθνική μας παρέλαση, το 20th Annual Greek American Parade. Κατίνα, τι μου κάνεις?
Πολύ ωραία, Λουκά. Και εσύ τι κάνεις?
Not bad, έτσι και
That's
έτσι.
good. A lot of
Enjoying
people
yourself?
here, yes. Πολλούς κόσμος εδώ.
Πολύ κόσμο σήμερα. Δημήτρη, τι μου κάνεις?
Ένα μικρόφωνο, ευχαριστώ. Γεια σου Λουκά, εδώ βρισκόμαστε σε το ωραίο αυτό παρέλαση. Σάββατο ημέρα και είναι 17. Ευχαριστώ. Γεια σου από μένα.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ, Δημήτρη.
Και δεν έχουμε βροχή.
Βροχή δεν έχουμε, maybe σε λίγο θα αρχίσει. Why not? Όπως λένε, don't rain on my parade, που λένε στα αμερικάνικα. Αλλά νομίζω δεν θα βρέξει και θα έχουμε μια ωραία μέρα. Θα δούμε 35 floats,
Τόσο,
16 ορχήστρες και πόσα marchers, thousands of marchers. Πώς λένε marchers?
Αυτοί που περπατήσουν πολύ καιρό, Λουκά.
Marchers στα ελληνικά. Definitions του Δημήτρη, όπως το λέμε. Επίσης θα δούμε τα F-Zones από την Ελλάδα. Θα έχουμε a great time τώρα. Μείνετε μαζί μας στο ελληνικό μας τηλεοπτικό πρόγραμμα. Κατερίνα, ευχαριστώ πολύ που έλθες μαζί μας.
Ευχαριστώ, Λουκά.
Επιτέλους στο πρόγραμμα. Και James,
Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ και να μην βρέχει. Thank you.
εντάξει, ευχαριστούμε πολύ. Welcome to Michigan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Greek American Independence Day. Chicago Police Finance Committee report. His Excellency George Papoulias, the Ambassador of Greece to the U.S., the Honorable Anthony Stevenson, Nancy Sheehan, Sanjay District, Honorable Edward J. Nowinski, Consul and Secretary of State. The City of Chicago, for the mayor of Washington's office, where he has proclaimed that May 11th to the 18th the Greek Heritage Week in Chicago. We are gratefully honored and appreciate that resolution. We have also received one from the state of Illinois and the Board of General Assembly, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, saluting Greek Americans in Illinois in their tribute to Greek Heritage 86.
All night.
And now, in your pants.
Was a bag. Get a napkin. Big food.
Coming forward are the Grand Marshal and the Honorary Grand Marshal of the parade. Grand Marshal, the Honorable Paul S. Sarbanes, U.S. Senator from Maryland. Senator Sarbanes currently serves as a member of the Senate Board of Operations, Senate Banking, House of Representatives Affairs Committee, and the Joint Economic Committee. The Honorary Grand Marshals are the medal winners of the first and fourth Junior Olympics, here in Chicago. This year's 5th annual Junior Olympics will be held on May 23rd to the 25th at the AA Stagg High School of Palos Hills, Illinois. The Junior Olympics are coordinated by Father Cosmas Carabelas and are presented by the Greek Orthodox Diocese of Chicago. Saints Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Church host the Olympics every year. We are pleased to present to you the Order of AHEPA. AHEPA, the American Hellenic Educational Progressive Association, was founded on July 26, 1922 in Atlanta, Georgia, for the purpose of assisting all immigrants of Greek descent in achieving American citizenship, teaching the principles of American government, and assisting them to participate in the civic life of America. Today, it has sponsored many scholarship programs and has contributed large sums of money to numerous worthy causes. The 13th District Governor Order of AHEPA, Luis Camberas, the 13th District Goddess of Penelope, Tula Garbus, the 13th District Governor Sons of Heracles, Ted Camberas, 13th District Governor Maids of Athens, Petula Armenitis, and George Gabriel, Supreme President Order of AHEPA, A. Steve Vaselis, and Gus Constantine, members of the AHEPA National Board of Directors. We welcome you and salute you. As the parade moves forward, we have many beautiful floats that have been contributed and donated by many fine companies and individuals in the Greek American community. The float now approaching the grandstand is the flags of Greece, the Greek American flags. The flags of Greece and the United States linked together to symbol the Order of AHEPA. The focus of Greek Heritage 86 is the celebration of Hellenic creativity. Creativity has its roots in our imagination and affects all aspects of our existence. Creativity brings us into the realm of new and the exciting. It changes things, hopefully for the better. It makes life exciting. Creativity from the Hellenic world has shaped our world, perhaps as no other, by giving us so much of what we cherish. In our Western traditions, institutions, and pursuits of the spirit, sponsored by the National Bank of Greece. The Annunciation Greek School now approaches. The Annunciation Cathedral of Chicago was organized in 1892. It was the first located in a small rented hall at Union and Randolph Streets. As the community grew, they relocated to Masonic Temple on Park and Kinsey. The cathedral has been at its present location since 1910. Annunciation is the cathedral for the Diocese of Chicago and is considered the finest example of Byzantine architecture. Reverend Nicholas Nicolavaras, Parish Priest, Parish Council President James Paponis, and Ms. Amy Salas, the Sunday School Director. 1986, Greek Heritage Queen and her court. Creativity is a beautiful woman, and beautiful certainly describes 1986 Heritage Queen and her court. This year's queen is Anna Jordakis from Chicago. Members of her court are Anna Marie Renopoulos from Palos Hills, Lynn Parisas from Chicago, Kathy Theodore from Yorkville, and Denise Pellis from Lincolnwood. The lovely ladies are escorted by Kristen Samus, Luke Canellis, Peter Canellis, Stephen Leonidas, Nick Sturgis, and George Jacobs. The Queen's Float is sponsored by the Metron Steel Corporation. St. Basil's Greek School. These 20 marchers represent the St. Basil's Greek School of Chicago. Tom Chambliss is the director of the group. The St. Basil's Greek School has participated in the American Parade for the last 7 years. Father Terhulis, our director of the youth, Greek Diocese Parish Priest. United Erotic Societies. The United Erotic Society has been in existence since 1945. The group supports human rights, where the society participates annually in the Greek American Parade. Nick Panikos is president of the organization. Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, is the South Police Greek School. Angelo Chakis is the director of the South Police Greek School of Holy Cross Greek Orthodox Church in Justice, Illinois. Greek school principal is Maria Boulis, and the Greek school children are joined by their teacher, Brady Stop. Reverend John Margulis is the parish priest, Mr. Peter T. I'd like to ask Honorable Neil Hardigan to step forward for a minute and say a few words. He'll be right back and join us in a minute. Accounted for Greek certificates missing and looting and desecration of Greek churches. The Western Alliance is doing nothing in its laws to human rights and justice for Cyprus. Despite pious pronouncements, Cyprus is being sacrificed in the power struggle between the superpowers. The rape of the feudal island in Cyprus continues. Sponsored by the Cyprus Brotherhood. Coming forward is the Korean Civic Correctional Community, band, the St. Constantine Helen Community. 30 members of the Korean Civic Correctional Band are led by the co-director, Mr. Stanley Samaras and Ms. Kathy Chilla. The band's colors are blue and white. The group was formed in February of 1985. It consists of students in 4th through 8th grades. This is the first year the band has participated and it was intended to be American parade. Lucy Ellis is the assistant pastor. Tom Archers, the president of the parish council, St. Constantine Helen Church will host the 5th annual Junior Olympics, May 23rd to the 25th at the AA Stag High School in Palos Hills. Over 2,000 Greek American children and young adults are expected to compete.
Like who?
We need more money.
Right here next to me?
All of them.
that is the person so proudly exemplified. The photo is sponsored by the St. Peter's Greek Orthodox Church. Take this moment to introduce Neil Hardigan.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the people of Illinois, I'd like to welcome Senator Sarbanes, who is a distinguished leader across America. We're very grateful to Ms. Grace for producing the perfect weather today.
If you stand next to her until she get up
The best thing that all of us can do to say thank you for the Greek American contribution to Illinois is to go home to Greece as quickly as possible and have that visit that would be the best thing that all of us could do. I think it's now time to restore the friendship that's placed by traveling his office in Greece. Thank you very much.
Want to sit down?
Sacrifice wishes of free society.
Can you get down there?
Sponsor of the Californian Federation.
There's some things you can sit down. If you
St.
get down there.
Greek Orthodox Church. The 30 marchers are representing the St. Athanasius Greek School from Aurora, Illinois. Presidenta Anastasia Casey is the Greek School director. This is the 4th year of St. Athanasius has participated in the Greek American Parade. The children are carrying the Greek American flag in the school banner. The Laconian organization of Chicago, organized in Chicago, began with the Theropon Society founded in 1887
Stretch it a little bit. It's kind
and the Vera Society in 1891. The organization represents immigrants from the province of Laconia located in the southern parts of Greece. The city of Sparta is the capital.
down the shield.
Saint Sophia, Belgium. Saint Sophia Greek Orthodox Church in Belgium provides religious, cultural, and ethnic programs for the community. Greek school principal, Margarita Gutierrez, and Virgin Officer President Harry Jr. and the group of the March. Saint Sophia has participated in the parade for the past 8 years. The very Reverend Father Timothy McDonald, pastor of the Saint Sophia Church. Themistocles, the creative strategist of 480 BC. 10 years after the Greeks defeated the Persians in the Battle of Marathon, they were faced with an even greater Persian threat. The 300 Spartans who resisted at Thermopylae fell to a man and the Persians advanced toward Athens. Realizing that resistance on land would be futile, Themistocles convinced his compatriots to abandon Athens and take to their ships. This creative strategy lured the Persians into their ships to pursue the Greeks. Finding themselves outmaneuvered in the straits off the island of Salamis, the Persians were defeated in one of the great naval battles of all time.
Like the colors of gold and blue. Yeah.
built following the fall of Constantinople in 1453. During those dark and brutal centuries, the spirit for freedom in the Greek soul was not extinguished. Uprisings erupted repeatedly only to be snuffed out in blood. Finally, in 1821, the chain reaction of rebellious acts all over the mainland, Greece and the islands, the War of Independence began. It was the last 8.5 years during which several 100,000 Greeks lost their lives. When it ended, a small Greece was at last free, sponsored by the Nea Kima Vesides. Approaching the Greek stand is the St. Andrew's Greek Orthodox Church community. 150 marchers represent the St. Andrew's Greek Orthodox Church in Chicago. John Lemon leases the Greek school. Next boat approaching is the Key Gilead. During the 400 years of slavery to the Turks, many uprisings occurred only to be snuffed out in bloodbaths. By 1814, three highly motivated and energetic men founded the Key Gilead, the Society of Friends of Odessa. Its purpose was to recruit supporters of an upcoming revolt of all enslaved Greeks. The revolt took place in 1821. Sponsored by the St. Andrew's Greek Orthodox Church in Chicago, Reverend John Douglas, parish priest. The Salonki of Exodus, 1826 to 160th anniversary. This year marks the 160th anniversary of one of the great epics of the Greek War of Independence. A small, insignificant town called Thessaloniki was an obstacle to Turkish efforts to snuff out the rebellion. After being besieged for a year, the Greeks could no longer offer effective resistance for lack of food and ammunition. Rather than surrender, they decided to fight through the enemy lines in dramatic exodus. Although thousands perished in the attempt, 1,300 fought their way to freedom. It was here in Thessaloniki that the Lord Byron had converted to help the big cause where he died. It is sponsored by the Federation of Hellas, Tom Sangos, Supreme President, Pete Mavros, Governor of the Midwest, Dr. Theodosius Judas, past President of Lucas, Mercatus, Treasurer, Georgia College, Governor of Chicago. The Homewood Greek School, the Assumption Church, Edgewick. Homewood Greek School has been in existence and serving the young people in the southeast area of Chicago since 1924. The school educates young Greek Americans according to Greek Orthodox faith, language, history, culture, and customs. The Spina Yakos leads a group of 28 students. The Homewood Greek School has participated in grade for 6 years. The Reverend George Philippus, the parish priest, and the Homewood School Board and PTA members are marching with the group. Patriarch Athenagoras, the Athenagorean year. Patriarch Athenagoras, the first led the Greek American Orthodox Church in the modern age. This year marked the commemoration of the centennial of Patriarch Athenagoras I. Sponsored by the Greek Orthodox Studies Club of the Society, which celebrates its 55th year. National President, Mrs. B.H.S. Marks, President Advisor of the Chicago Club of the Society, Mrs. Helen Kulisaki. The Holy Apostles Greek Orthodox School of Westchester. These 50 Greek school students are ambassadors for our Greek heritage. Mr. Nick Jonas is the principal of the school. The school has fine teachers such as Mrs. Matsis, Mrs. Flo, Mrs. Tolios, and Ms. Kumbas. Director Joyce Carvelis joins the children today, and the students are wearing Greek national costumes. This is the second year the Holy Apostles Greek Orthodox School has participated in the parade. Father William Chiganos is the parish priest, Terry C. Chiganos is the parish council president, and Yana Plapsos is the Sunday school principal. Greece, a faithful ally. Ever since the Americans supported the Greek cause to shed the Turkish yoke, when Americans went to Greece to help, a warm relationship has existed between the two peoples. These bonds have been strengthened in times of difficulty and adversity in the world scene. against the fascists and Nazis in World War II. Sent armed forces to Korea to fight in that war. And the roll call of the struggles of Korea and Greece's response has always been present, sponsored by the Rise of Middle Savings Bank.
This is a mobile. Give one. See the flag?
One of McCartney's greatest candidates. St. Demetrius of Hammond, Indiana. 65 students of the Socrates Free School of St. Demetrius, Hammond, Indiana, are joining the principal deputies of the athletes today. The students are wearing traditional Greek costumes, amales and frutaneles. In October, St. Demetrius will celebrate its 50th anniversary.
So boy, that's
Various
pumping
speeches that remember Peter George Gates. Barry Christakis is a teacher at the Socrates School.
Yeah,
This is the 8th
he
year
worked
the
out.
Socrates School has participated in.
Look good, don't it?
Yeah, he looked good.
Walk with him. I got that mouth to mouth. They got a mouth to
The Grand Arcadian Federation of America with the Honorable Samuel C. Meredith, Supreme Press.
bread.
Tight.
That man. Look good, whoever they are.
Oh, Donna with blue and white?
Yeah, sharp.
The silver, like silver.
Yeah, they sharp.
St. Peter Paul Greek Orthodox Church of Benton. In Benton, Illinois, we have the students of St. Peter Paul Greek School. The 50 children are led by the Greek school director, Denise Spear. The children are wearing Greek ethnic costumes to carry the Greek American flag. Parish priest is Father George Schoolis. Parish council president is George Montigas. St. Peter Paul Greek School has participated in the parade.
St. Peter and Paul.
Blue, baby. This is the best of this skirt.
Yeah,
Another
that's cute.
creativity
That's
is
cute outfit.
imagination is what
A little class to it.
You can have the best of this skirt.
goes leaps of fantasy wherever it chooses to wander. Whether it be in the starry reaches of space where the arrangements of the stars are saw heroes and the planets gods are seen. Imagination is in the deep recesses of our inner worlds where it comes to grips with all those puzzling and conflicting forces of love and hate. Loyalty and betrayal for the media.
This is a sharp band for to be so young. They play like they get down.
The Bloom High School Marching Trojans.
High school band, they sharp.
Marching Trojans of Bloom High School are led by the band director, Roland Rose. Bloom's principal is Ronald
High
Papp.
school.
School is located in Chicago.
Yeah, they be in all the parades, they sharp. Watch them, they cut up.
Second year, the award-winning high school band has participated in
Band director there. Your brother. Yeah, they sharp.
concerts in the spirit of the public sport is season charter. With the Greeks creative philosophy, they gave us a valuable gift which is outlasting generations. Sponsored by the Science School of Holy Trinity Marathon Church in Chicago. The Athena Hellenic School. Demetrius Georgopoulos is the principal.
Them little fans. They're so cute. Look at that little ship in the front. Yeah. Come on, kids, man. They're incredible. Get those slippers. They sharp now.
Launching United Atlantic American Organization of Illinois. American member organizations that united to accomplish these goals. Lefterios Venizelos, sponsored by the Greek.
It's like Chris. It is Chris. Yes, it is. Look how skinny he is.
Yeah.
Either Topano guy.
Yeah, he was in the group. We got him.
Is the group from the United Southwest Association of Greek America. The group was incorporated in 1974 in order to present a united front in matters of concern to the Greek American community, such as the Cyprus crisis, the concerns of Greek businessmen, youth projects, and other projects which will further the well-being of the community at large. President of the organization is Kay Malone. Founder is Dr. George Koulis. Members include Helen Dodorekis, Mike Kouliopoulos, Konstantin Dodorekis, and Peggy Petropoulos. The next vote, sponsored by the Macedonian Federation of America, is dedicated to 2,300 years in Thessaloniki. The Macedonian Federation of America is an educational, philanthropic, and cultural umbrella organization representing Greek Macedonians nationwide. The message is to be united for all American and Greek causes, to educate people about heritage and culture, and perform philanthropic deeds for all. I should also point out, ladies and gentlemen, that in the state of Illinois, General Assembly, House of Representatives, our own Stephen T. Nash, as well as in the Senate
You guys don't mind waiting.
of the state of Illinois, our own Anna Heinz Harris, instituted resolutions relative to Greek heritage. And in fact, Governor James R. Thompson has decreed Mrs. Tula Bepalopoulos is the principal of St. Constantine Helen Free School. The school has been an integral part of the community since 1918. Parish Council President is Paul Kerpa, and the Sunday School Principal is Mrs. Marianne Downey. Parish Priests are Father Evavodis Konstantinidis and Father Nikitas Goulias. Please welcome Maribel, Indiana. From Cherville, Indiana, we have the St. George Preschool. Ms. Tula Bepalopoulos leads representatives of the St. George Preschool of Cherville. The group is dressed in the traditional Absalon and Amelias costume. The school
existence since 1935 and has participated in the parade for the last 11 years. The parish priest is Father Anthony Canavos, and the parish council president is Mr. George Angelopoulos. Sponsored by Sears Service Terminals Incorporated, the next quote commemorates mathematics. Hellenic creativity is mathematics. The Greeks took ideas that were floating around and gave them an organized continuity, a systematic structure. It is this systematic structure that becomes the foundation for further knowledge. The Pythagorean theorem, Euclidean geometry, mathematics comes from the Greek word "mathis," which means learning. Mathematics and philosophy were the cornerstones in the education of Greek youths. Sponsored by Sears Terminals Incorporated. You now see children and adults representing the St. Spiridon Greek Orthodox Church of Palos Heights. The church was established in 1928. Parish priests are the Reverend Dr. Theodore Thalasinos and the Reverend Spiridon Cavalias. Parish council president is John Eliakostas. The Greek school principal is Aguirre Saramandi, and the Sunday school principal is Ruth Ragland. Welcome, St. Spiridon Church from Palos Heights. Now approaching is the Cephalonian Brotherhood, a marching unit representing the Cephalonian Brotherhood of Chicago, which was founded over 50 years ago. It is a cultural ethnic organization of over 200 maintained and leads the group. Father Constantine Bonsis is the parish priest, and Nick Quadros is president of the community. Paul Yopoulos and Presbyterian George Bonsis are principals of the Sunday school. Please welcome Holy Archangel St. Barnabas Church in Rochester, Illinois. Wildcat. Located in Harvey, Illinois, Lord is led by John W. McGrath. It has 110 members strong and appears to be St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church in Chicago. From Oakland, Illinois, the group represents the Homer Greek School of the church. The 110 marchers are joined by Maria Fotopoulos, who is the preacheress of Elmhurst, with 100 marchers. The children are dressed in blue and white, with some wearing the traditional Greek costume. The group has participated in the Greek American Parade for 15 years. Father Peter Malvanis is the parish priest. Demonstrating very rapidly is the Hellenic creativity representation for literature, sponsored by the Parthenon Restaurant of Chicago. Epic poetry, oration. Established in 1972, the Lygon Hellenic School is represented by the Greek Ministry of Education as equal to the public schools of Greece and by the State Board of Illinois. Give a warm welcome to the students and faculty of the Lygon Hellenic School of the Chicago metropolitan area. Such discipline, such marching, such beautiful children, the Lygon Hellenic schools of the Chicagoland area.
Go authentic. Look.
Following all those beautiful students is the PTA of the Lygon.
King, Red.
Sponsored next by the National Mortgage Bank of Greece is the Hellenic Creativity Fund dedicated to the theater. The superb theater of classical Greece was one of humanity's great inventions. The immense variety of today's theatrical spectacles from the stage to the TV screen can trace the beginnings of those distant creations. Three of the four world's greatest playwrights were Greece.
city chaplain.
Bobby Williams, the director of the Chicago High School band.
First place in basketball.
They have 100 band members, and they have competed in several state and city band competitions. The Jaguars have a home band for the 1986 All-City and Statewide Basketball Team of Illinois. The Martin Luther King Jaguar Marching Band.
Good Jaguar. Dancing coming now. Dancing on the,
fellas, you did a great job, and the committee did a superb job.
last float you grabbed the dancing.
Sponsored sponsored by the United Savings of America and the American Society of America for the Fraternity Chicago, the Japan Greek Society. We see the float commemorating dance. The Greek group from Chicago, sponsored by the United Savings of America. And ladies and gentlemen,
παρέλαση για τον 86, την εθνική μας παρέλαση. We are at the Greek Parade in 1986 for all the ethnic Greek and American beautiful people. Your name is?
Anna Gavrekis.
And you've won the 1986 Hellenic Queenship?
Yes, and I'm very proud, and the whole court.
Oh, that's very sweet. Can you sum up in about 15 words or less, what did you love about this parade?
This parade? You may have noticed that our theme was creativity, and they were very creative throughout the whole parade.
I've noticed that.
And everyone was so enthusiastic. You noticed all the children waving.
Yes, it's very beautiful. And we had very many participants from all the organizations of Illinois, including some nice polis, as we say,
right.
cities and surrounding areas, Perioka, which is including the Des Plaines area for the Peraikon Skolio. And are you affiliated with any Greek and American organizations, Helene?
Not right now.
Not right now, but you are queen, so that makes you queen of Greek American Parade 1986. Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
The parade was magnificent.
Well, thank
What
you
else can
very
we say?
much. Well, you have to thank the General Chairman and the UHAC committee that set it all up, Andy Athens and Tony Nicholas and everybody that
You
did
did a great
everything
job.
here. Well, first of all, before we even get to the committee, in which I want to thank you people for doing all the coverage, you remind me of your father so much that I thank you very much for always putting us on and giving us full coverage. I appreciate it very much, and I'm here to say thank you for Mr. Athens and the rest of the committee.
Yes,
on
Tom.
behalf of all of us. And of course, it's our Hellenic blood in us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Καλή επιτυχία.
Συμπεριβάλλον της ειρήνης και σωτήρ των κουρδών ημών και συντόξαν να θέλουμε το Πατρί και το Υιό και το Αγίο Πνεύματι, νυν και αείτο εις τους αιώνας των αιώνων. Αμήν. We stand before you, O Lord, with a grateful heart, to thank you because you have enabled us to celebrate once again the Greek heritage and tradition of this year. Make us worthy to this parade, so we may make it a parade of your principles and the principles of the Greek spirit to the present generations and to the future. Because you are Christ, the risen from the dead, trampling down death by death, and to those in the tomb, granting life. Amen.
thank you, Your Grace. We'd now like to have Captain Nick bring this.
By God, might, what so proudly beheld at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the market red lamp that was bursting air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. For sake of that star-spangled banner that waved, for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Sternici forti forti, gius battuti giovani, sternici forti forti, come pane caldi, attacco alla cannelli, con vino di caera, festa ancora, Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here today to bring greetings from Governor Tim Johnson and to the ambassador and to the mayor. We wish you welcome to your parade. Nice to be with all of you. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Ryan. And now, the very popular Mayor of the City of Chicago, Harold Washington.
Thank you very much. The Bishop Yakubas and to Undersecretary of State Kowalski, distinguished Greek officials who are here visiting with us and celebrating on this mammoth parade. I'm delighted to be here with you on the 21st annual celebration of the major monumental Greek independence celebration. This marks the culmination of a series of events which have taken place in honor of Greek independence. The parade today, the Greek Spirit celebration, and the official Greek Independence Day celebration on March 25th of this year. We're deeply honored. The Greek community in Chicago is an honored, delightful, wonderful group of people who have just given unstintingly and marvelously to this great city. I think all Chicago, 3 million people worship and honor you today and wish you many more years of Greek independence and joy. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. With us this year, again, he's been a frequent visitor to our parades as the very popular ambassador for Greece in the United States, the Honorable George Papoulias.
Thank you very much. Your Grace, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Lieutenant Governor, I feel very honored to bring to the Greek American community in Chicago and to all the people of Chicago greetings from Greece. The hearts of all the Greeks from everywhere in the world go out to our brothers and sisters in Chicago who are celebrating today Greek Heritage 87.
I would just like to thank John Mathias and all of his chairmen who have worked since late last year to put together all of the Greek heritage events, culminating today with this wonderful Greek American parade down this lovely Michigan Avenue. As you all know, the President of the United States signed the Joint Resolution 308 into law commemorating Greek Independence Day, but above all, declaring it a national day of celebration of Greek and American democracy. What a better way than to be celebrating it down this beautiful avenue, and we thank you all for coming and attending the parade.
Thank you, Andy.
We're going to have to move in just a little more.
Totally appropriate from Greece, Mr. Matlovis. Excuse me. Also, our own Consul General, Emmanuel Blandis, Consul General, the Honorable Aliagas, the Consul, Jim Squirrels, the President from Clinton, Alexandros Lastilakis from the Bank of Greece, approaching the speaker stand, you see the marchers representing the St. Basil Greek Orthodox Church of Chicago. The Greek school principal is Tom Jensen. The parish priest is the Reverend Chris P. Terhulis, who is also the youth director of the Chicago Diocese. St. Basil's Greek Orthodox Church. The
Order of AHEPA, the American Hellenic Educational Progressive Association, is the largest Greek American organization in America in 26 districts, consisting of over 500 chapters throughout the United States. Together with its three auxiliaries, the Daughters of Penelope, the Sons of Pericles, and the Maids of Athena, AHEPA excels as a philanthropic, patriotic organization. It proudly encourages the pursuit of education through the awarding of hundreds of student scholarships annually for academic excellence. The float of today's parade represents the 13th district, which includes Wisconsin, Illinois, and St. Louis, Missouri. The four auxiliary district governors are Nicholas E. Nicolaou, the Order of AHEPA, Diana Banas, the Daughters of Penelope, Gus Romeos, the Sons of Pericles, and Georgia Chrysanthakis, the Maids of Athena. The president of the Scholarship Foundation is Louis G. Atzaves. Daughters of Penelope, a philanthropic organization founded in 1929, currently has over 350 chapters throughout the U.S., Canada, the Bahamas, and Greece, with a membership in excess of 15,000. The 13th district is comprised of 18 chapters in Illinois, Wisconsin, and Missouri. First float, and that is the Greek and American flag. The flags of Greece and the United States linked together symbolize the warm relationship that has existed between these two countries since Greece became a modern nation following its Great War of Independence 164 years ago. The flags also symbolize the compatibility between the Greek heritage and the American reality. The Greek and American flag, sponsored by the Order of AHEPA. Approaching now is the Annunciation Cathedral School. The Annunciation Cathedral was the first Greek Orthodox church in the Diocese of Chicago. It was established in 1892. Originally located in a small rented hall in Union and Randolph Streets, the church community then moved to a Masonic temple in Clark and Kinsey. The cathedral has been at its present location on LaSalle Street since 1910. The parish priest is the Reverend Nicholas Nicolaou. The parish council president is Ernest Sendiokos, and the Sunday school principal is Mrs. Amy Sal. Please welcome the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Cathedral of Chicago School.
December guide is security center.
The next float, sponsored by the National Bank of Greece, is the 1987 logo salute to Hellenic values. The focus of Greek Heritage 87 is a celebration of Hellenic values, the deeper ideas that provide foundations for a fulfilling existence. The two main inspirations draw on the classical Greek and Christian tradition. The fusions of their traditions have proceeded and as a more tangible expression of the various faith, freedom, family, Hellenic values have been civilization, and all the multi-civilian practices and various traditions, institutions, and noble pursuits. We now see approaching...
Folks, we're all going to have to move in. We're going to have to move in on the other side of the cameras. On the other side of the cameras.
The Socrates priest is Reverend Peter Jordan, the president, Mr. Tom Cassanius, and the teacher, Mrs. Mary Golan. You can hear it in the background. And this is the Simon High School Marching Band. 70 members strong under parade. The pastor is Reverend Byron Buffalo. The assistant is Reverend Vincent Jonas. The parish president is Mr. Tom Rodriguez. And the Vanessa Elementary School principal is Mr. Louis Scott.
I gotta get Tom. I gotta get my daughter, but I don't know where.
Also, one of the past general chairman is Mr. Fred Sanders. Living all the children, children strong. Sponsored by St. Constantine Hills Greek Orthodox Church in Palestine is our code to the Constitution. 200 years ago, the Stephen Sumner Philadelphia Tennessee character appointed to assistance for one of mankind's stellar documents, the Constitution of the United States. It is the document that engaged guidelines for self-awareness and destiny for 2 centuries. We salute those men. They were guided by spirit and conscientious by tradition that has been nurtured by the long historic values. We Americans relate very deeply to this historic reality. Salute to the bicentennial of the Constitution. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you see approaching you, marchers from the Cypriot Brotherhood.
Getting out a little too far. They're starting to yell again. Stay back on that side of the blue line.
The back of the marchers from the Cypriot Brotherhood are close sponsored by the Brotherhood. 13 years have passed since Turkey invaded the small, defenseless independent land of Cyprus. The Turkish occupation continues with 4/5 of the population's Greek language, customs, and religion. There are 200,000 homeless, millions of dollars in property damage, almost 2,000 unaccounted for Greek Cypriots missing, and looting and desecration of Greek churches. The Western Alliance is doing nothing in the cause of human rights and justice for Cyprus. Despite violent pronouncements, Cyprus is being sacrificed in the power struggle between the superpowers. The rape of the beautiful island of Cyprus continues. The blow commemorating the Cyprus tragedy sponsored by the Cypriot Brotherhood.
All right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because he wants me to keep these transporters as dignitaries are coming over. That's fine, that's beautiful. And then these people are just
now you see
got to get them back.
the vote from the United Erotic Societies of Chicago and their marchers. At the end of World War II,
tell them we're going to put a barricade there if you would, because we got to keep them back behind your camera according to the big boss. Okay? Yeah, because we're going to get it right now. We're going to get the barricade.
Linguistically, economically, culturally, and psychologically. Even contacts with outside relatives have been made in tribulation. The world silence crucified people like Northern Italy. Now we see the marchers from St. George Church of Chicago. St. George Greek Orthodox Church has been in existence for 60 years.
And I got
this.
this.
And preschool have participated in every parade. Children are wearing traditional Greek costumes. Also marching are members of the church choir students of the Greek Church. The priest is the Reverend Risa Bayan. The president, Mr. We now see the float sponsored by St. Constantine Hill Cathedral, Maryville, Indiana. The Greek Orthodox Patriarch said, what the Vatican is to Roman Catholicism, the ecumenical patriarch of Constantinople is to Istanbul. In Istanbul, it's the Greek Orthodox Christian faith. There is a parallel. We see following Father Apostolos Konstantinidis. The patriotic system of reversible bondage. Turkish oppressive measures are gradually strangling into existence a dying law, as the recent Time magazine article reported. Of 120,000 Greek Orthodox Christians in Turkey in 1922, now only 4,000 remain. Next we see, from St. Constantine Hill Cathedral, Maryville, Indiana, the marching unit of local children in their traditional costume. You also now see coming the St. George Greek School of Cherville, Indiana. These students are from the Greek School Church of St. George Greek Orthodox in Cherville. The school has participated in the parade for 15 years. It has been in existence for over 50 years. The children are wearing the traditional Evzon and Amalia costumes. The priest is Reverend Anthony Karabas. The parish president is Mr. George Behas. And the Greek school principal is Tula Pastoulopoulos. And the float from Cyprus. And let me repeat the statement because it is critical. 13 years have passed since Turkey invaded the small, defenseless, independent island of Cyprus. The Turkish occupation continues with 4/5 of the population Greek in language, custom, and religion. There are 200,000 homeless, billions of dollars of property damage, and almost 2,000 unaccounted for Greek Cypriots missing. Looting and desecration has existed with our Greek churches. The Western Alliance is doing little or nothing in the cause of human rights and justice for Cyprus. Despite pious pronouncements, Cyprus is being sacrificed in the power struggle between the superpowers. The rape of this beautiful island of Cyprus continues. The float, Cyprus, sponsored by the Cypriot Brotherhood of Chicago. Now, coming up is the Lincoln Park High School Marching Band. George Parrish is the director of the Lincoln Park High School Band. The 110-member band has participated in the Greek American Parade for 3 years. The school principal is Dr. Mary Shannon. Colors are blue and gold. This band is performing. Thank you. Well, we're going to have an opportunity next Please welcome the Lincoln Park High School marching band, 110 members strong. a marching unit and float from the Laconian organizations of Chicago. The organization represents the immigrants from the province of Laconia. The city of Sparta is the capital. The group strives to help the immigrants adapt to the American way of life while preserving their Greek heritage. The Laconian organizations have been in existence for 61 years. There are a number of societies: the Irakian Society, Evangelos Kotsonis president; the Abrota Society, Dimitrios Varakos president; the Brulius Society, Akini Paris president; the Kokea Society, James Georgitsos president; the Petrina Society, Dr. James Patriarakos president; the Pan-Laconian Federation, General Chairman James Spirakos; the Sparta Society of Stavros Zakidis president; the Pan-Laconian Brotherhood, George Spiridakos president; the Pan-Laconian Federation, Peter Panagoulis president. As long as there are people on this planet who cherish freedom and remember those who laid down their lives so others may live free, Thermopylae will remain a blazing inspiration. The ancient Spartans of Thermopylae are signified on this float. Following next are marchers from the Hellenic American Lyceum, a not-for-profit organization dedicated to teaching the Greek language and culture according to modern teaching techniques. The group has participated in every Greek parade. Students are wearing the national costumes of Greece. The school principal is Sotiris Anekloumis, and the financial director is Christos Kostakis. Sponsored by the Chicago Fish House and our good friend Jack Piscopoulos, is a float depicting the Battle of Salamis, 480 BC. Sweeping down towards Athens after overrunning the Spartans of Thermopylae, the overconfident Persians had visions of at last subduing Greece, but their visions were not to be realized. In September of 480 BC, the Athenians took to their ships in a masterful strategic move, and in the straits off the island of Salamis, defeated in one of history's epic battles at sea, a superior Persian force. There, the stage was set for the final battle the following year, which rid Europe from that menace from the east. Sponsored by the Chicago Fish House, the victorious Athenians, returning from the Battle of Salamis, 480 BC. The Homer Greek School marchers from St. Nicholas Church in Oak Lawn, Illinois. 125 students from the Homer Greek School are dressed in blue and white and the traditional national costumes of Greece. They are carrying school banners and Greek and American flags. Greece are the very Reverend Father J. Gabriel Karamas, the Reverend Father Theodore Stupis, the parish president is Jim Patopoulos, the Greek school principal is Mary Patopoulos, and the Sunday school principal is Jane Silas Fontana. Over 125 students from St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church of Oak Lawn, Illinois. Also sponsored by St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church in Oak Lawn is a float dedicated to the Byzantine Empire, Eastern Europe's security for 1,000 years. From the 5th century to the 15th century, the Byzantine Empire flourished in Eastern Europe. The result, excellency in art, literature, and music. The float commemorating the Byzantine Empire, your Eastern Europe's security, sponsored by the St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church of Oak Lawn, Illinois. Are the marchers in a float from the St. Andrew's Greek Orthodox Church of Chicago. The marchers are members from the Greek School of St. Andrews, and the school has participated in every Greek parade. The 150 students are dressed in blue and white, and marching with them is the parish priest, the Reverend John G. Gutelas, the parish council president, European bloodbath. By 1814, three highly motivated and energetic friends founded the Filiki Eteria, the Society of Friends in Odessa. Its purpose was to recruit supporters of an upcoming revolt of all the enslaved Greeks. The revolt took place in 1821. Float sponsored by the St. Andrew's Greek Orthodox Church in Chicago, the Filiki Eteria. Float sponsored by the Society Carliton Ayala. The float commemorates Bishop Yermanos, raises the standard of revolt at Calabria. For 400 years, the Greek world was under the Ottoman Turkish yoke following the fall of Constantinople in 1453. During those dark and brutal centuries, the spirit for freedom in the Greek soul was not extinguished. Uprisings erupted repeatedly, only to be snuffed out in blood. Finally, in 1821, in a chain reaction of rebellious acts over the mainland Greece and the island, tradition has it that Bishop Yermanos raised the standard of revolt at the monastery of Ayala at Calabria on March 25th, 1821. And this is the date considered to be Greek Independence Day. Following are the marchers from the Society Calabriton Ayala. Ladies and gentlemen, while we have a break, I'd like to introduce for a brief comment the gentleman who spoke last night so eloquently at St. John's, Harry Mark Petraeus. Melanie Billieu leads the 100-plus member band from Lansing, Illinois. The school principal is Mr. Henry Ott. The school colors are green and white. The band has won awards for both concert and marching. Ileana Christian has participated in the Pella, Iowa Tulip Festival, Holland, Michigan Tulip Festival, and the Lansing, Illinois Good Neighbor Parade. These, ladies and gentlemen, is the Pan-Messinian Federation of the United States and Canada. The Pan-Messinian Federation of the United States and Canada is a non-profit corporation composed of many Messinian clubs and or organizations. Among other goals, the organization supports and establishes philanthropic endeavors. Recently, the group organized efforts to raise over $1 million for the relief of victims of the disastrous earthquake that hit Kalamata, Greece. Peter Ikonomopoulos is treasurer of the Federation and president of Neokima Messinias. The Pan-Messinian Federation is also sponsoring the float 1821, the Kalamata Uprising. Acts of rebellion were occurring in a number of areas of Greece in March 1821. Although March 25th is the traditional day celebrated at the start of the Greek War of Independence, the uprising at Kalamata at the southern tip of continental Greece took place a few days before that. The war, a brutal one, was to last for 8.5 years, during which over 200,000 Greeks lost their lives. When the war ended, a small Greece was at last free. The marchers had flowed from the Pan-Messinian Federation. We now have the Pan-Arcadian Federation of America. The float. Now coming is the marching unit and float sponsored by the Pan-Arcadian Federation of America. The float is Skolokotronis. During the Greek War of Independence, one name stood out from all others. Theodoros Skolokotronis was the most illustrious fighter of the famous rebel clan. His creative inclination was strategy on the battlefield. Although very limited in any formal training, he had an uncanny sixth sense in anticipating what the enemy would do. This talent enabled his ability to lead his outnumbered forces to victory, such as the ones at Valtetsi, Tripolitsa, and Devernakta. against the Turks, they were mostly a barefoot and illiterate people reduced to their predicament. Lord Byron is perhaps the most illustrative foreign personage to go to Greece and die there. The float was sponsored by the Central Federal Savings, Richard Dahlquist, chairman, and our good friend, Anthony Nichols, president. Tony. Bravo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming forward are the Evzones, a contingent of Greece's elite Evzones and their leader have been flown in from Greece to participate in this year's parade. The Evzones comprise a select, mostly ceremonial unit of Greece's armed forces. They serve as the select honor guard at the tomb of the unknown soldier in Athens. Tall and rugged, the Evzones are the kilted symbols of Greece's celebrated freedom fights of the past 200 years. There are 400 fleets in the soldiers' Usamelis, representing the years of Greece's enslavement to the Turks. Welcome, the Evzones from Athens. Sponsored by Treasure Island, the next float is the Miracle of 1940. Greece's commitment to freedom and sacrifices to keep it or regain it have been steadfast through the ages. One of the most dramatic demonstrations of this commitment was Greece's contribution to the Allied cause in World War II. The darkest hours of the early days of that war, when the Axis powers were running rampant all over Europe, Greece dared to stand up to the invasion of the fascists and held them at bay for 6 months until the Nazis came to bail them out. That heroic stand delayed the Nazi attack on Russia, thereby contributing immeasurably to the eventual Allied victory. For that heroic posture, Greece paid dearly in human and material resources. The float sponsored by Treasure Island. Next, we see the Braikon Hellenic School marching Helen C. Georgopoulos, the president of the Central PTA of Nitsatsinis, and the president of the Desplaines PTA of Nitsatsinis. The marchers of the Braikon Hellenic School. From Athens is a member of Parliament from Arcadias, Mr. Vasilis Manzoris. I would like to have him greet the people from Chicago now.
Αισθάνομαι σε χωριστή χαρά και ελληνική υπερηφάνεια και ιδιαίτερη συγκίνηση σαν μέλος του Ελληνικού Κοινοβουλίου, γιατί σήμερα παρευρίσκομαι σε αυτή τη μεγαλειώδη εθνική μας γιορτή, σε αυτή τη μεγάλη παρέλαση. Είναι πραγματικά τιμή για το ελληνικό όνομα και για την ελληνική πατρίδα, γιατί όλοι εσείς, ο ελληνισμός του Σικάγου δίνει μια τόση έμφαση, μια τόση λαμπρότητα στην ελληνική μας γιορτή. Σας συγχαίρουμε από καρδιάς, σας ευχαριστούμε και να είστε πάντοτε καλά. Ακόμα ευχαριστούμε το Δήμαρχο Σικάγου και όλες τις άλλες αμερικανικές αρχές για την τιμή που μας κάνουν. Γεια σας και χαρά σας.
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Sponsored by the United Savings of America, Greece a faithful ally. Ever since Americans supported the Greek cause to shed the Turkish yoke, when Americans went to Greece to help, a warm relationship has existed between the two peoples. These bonds have been strengthened in times of difficulty and adversity on the world scene. Greece was an ally in World War I, fought gallantly and victoriously against the fascists and Nazis in World War II, and sent armed forces to Korea to fight in that war. With a roll call in the struggles for freedom, Greece's response has always been Paron, present, sponsored by the United States of America. participated in the Greek parade for 15 years. Children are dressed in various ethnic costumes. The priest is the Reverend Peter Malamis. The parish president is Mr. Bobby McMillan. Greek school principal is George Medallo. And the school board president is Mr. Ted Seppi. Mr. Bobby. Look at those lovely children and their traditional costumes.
Folks, I'm going to have to ask you to go behind the barricade. That's what it's there for. Behind it. Otherwise, I'll just have to put another one over here.
In the background, you can hear
Behind the barricade.
Floyd Falcon Marching Band. Arthurist Western Queens Floyd Falcon Band from Golden, Illinois. Barbara Hunter is the school president. There are 80 more band members. The band wears the this is their third year in the Greek American
players, beautiful in Greece. Ed Derwinski just came back from there, and he can guarantee it. We now have some people for they can be here 3-4 minutes. Very Breedy, Reverend John Stardust, Peter Duval is the parish council president, Bessie O'Connell, the Big School principal, and the Sunday School principal, Dickie Ronofioki. These are the children of that school. Right, from the Greek word mathesis, which means learning. Mathematics and philosophy were the cornerstone in the education of Greek youth. From Elgin, Illinois, St. Sophia Greek School, we have the students marching in this parade since 1980. The priest is a very reverend citizen of the Catholic, very priest, very engineer, Greek school principal Margarita Arcadi, principal of the Sunday School Spiro Argini, Greek school teacher Destiny Architecti. Approaching now is the Thessalonian Brotherhood of Chicago, founded in 1935 by immigrants to the Ionian island of Cephalonia. It is a philanthropic organization donating financial help to institutions and persons in need, both in the U.S. and in their home island of Cephalonia. President George Salatati, President Tom Dinico, Secretary George Galasso. Excellence in music, sponsored by the Thessalonian Brotherhood. And holding value is the appreciation and pursuit of excellence in music. The beginning of music of the people of our life. Of all Greek musical texts, there is no doubt that the Greeks raised music to the same high level of artistic beauty as the figurative arts. The Athena Hellenic School. Athena is a private school teaching the Greek language. The school has been in existence since 1973, has participated in the Greek parade for 12 years. Two of the orders are fluent white. Demetrius Anakopoulos is the principal of the school. His assistants, Vasco Anakopoulos, Brunzus, and Lavos Brunzus. The school is located in Chicago and also has two branches, the Plains and Belmont.
Κάμα, γελάτε!
From Des Plaines, Illinois, the